Okay, so we have finished volume 99. We have finished 1,004 chapters of One Piece. And as I like to say, it is on. I have said it is on in the past. I don't think I've ever meant it as much as it is on right now. So the rest of this volume, besides being on, is the battle finally starts with Big Mom and Kaido, Luffy, the worst generation, Zoro, all of them up on the roof. And one of the best images of this manga is Luffy is standing there and you see like Whitebeard, Oden, and that image. And I think it's shown there because Kaido is obviously starting to respect Luffy now because he has punched him in the face. If you want to get somebody's respect, just punch him in the face. That's pretty much what One Piece teaches us, right? I'm kidding. Don't hit people in the face. Self-explanatory. But boys, it's fun to read and watch. And Zoro gets his moment to shine. He stole Kaimon's move. Oh, it's so... Zoro! When Kaido and Zoro are trading like Dragon Twister moves, I am so happy that Oda decided to put Zoro on this roof. Like, that was such a smart move. You got to think about it. You got Law, Zoro, Kid, and Luffy versus Big Mom and Kaido. And Zoro really, really shines in this volume. And I'm starting to wonder how long this fight is going to go on for. Because if you guys are correct, I still have a good chunk of Wano left. Like, is it just going to be this battle this entire time? That would be crazy. Like, are we going to have 40 chapters of just rooftop action? I hope so. Honestly, I really actually do hope so. Like, that sounds fantastic. But as most battles go, Luffy has lost his battle. And that is kind of like the rest of this volume with the battle is Zoro kind of like trying to protect Luffy to give him his energy back and all that. But one very important thing happened. Well, actually two very important things that I think is going to deal with a lot of One Piece going forward. And we'll get to the last thing because it's the last panel of this volume. Otama and everyone down below is the other thing that is happening in this volume. She is using her powers to basically get like Speed, Gazelle Man, all of the gifters on their side. And they are basically building this rebellion below this roof. I think it's such a smart thing for Oda to do to kind of split up the battles like that. And it gives me hope. Sanji, he let me down. He let me down because he got trapped by the women in the horny web. I got it. But they are not actually after him. They are after Nico Robin. And I love it when Sanji is like, oh, don't underestimate Nico Robin. But I wonder what they want with it. I'm guessing it's going to be something with the Pond Cliff. Like, that's kind of my thought process right now. It's got to be something with the Poneglyphs. And there's also this air of, like, something bigger is going on than the battle. Or another part of the plan. Like, kind of like the battle was part of the plan. Somebody's plan. I'm guessing Kaido's plan, but I'm not actually 100% sure. But the biggest question. Someone is in the room with the samurais that Law... You remember. You remember that. It was a very cool moment from last video. You remember. And they are in shadow, but I know who it is. This is the only person it can be. I am betting it all on this. It's Yamato. It's got to be Yamato. It has to be Yamato. I don't know what that means. I don't know what their, like, mission is, but it looks like they're trying to heal them. Oh! If the samurai come back to the roof for vengeance? Yeah. For vengeance? Oh, best believe it. Best believe it. But that is exactly who it has to be. I mean, I don't think Oda's trying to that hard to hide it. You know what I mean? Like, it seems very clear. Yamato. It is definitely Yamato. Cut to me reading the next volume. It was not Yamato. Sorry about it. Well, I guess we will find out in the next volume. Okay, this volume was, it was filled with a lot of what the moments. It's the best way I can, this is the best way I can say it. And I don't even like curse in any of these videos, but man, Also, I got a new mic. Listen, I'm trying to do better for you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to up the production quality because I'm sure you're tired of looking at the same. Actually, no, that shelf it's pretty cool. Like, you know, I'm very proud of the shelf behind me. With this, see, I can go like over here. Hey, you can still hear me crystal clear. You know, over in this direction, still good. Right here, still good, hopefully. We will see. This is the first time I'm using it. Oh, I hope the audio is good. Man, we got a lot to talk about, and it'd be a real bummer if the audio is not good. That's all I can say. Where to begin? First things first, we did it. Volume 100. Thank you. Yeah, I know. Never thought we would be here. We are done with the physical releases of One Piece. I mean, obviously they're going to release more and stuff, but currently, as of this recording of this video, there are no more physical releases of One Piece. We have read up to 1,015 chapters. Dude, look at, dude. That's crazy. That's insane. It feels like just yesterday we started, but it's been like over a year of me doing these videos. Wow. I'm going to talk about the volume, but this is like a milestone. Even Oda himself like made like a milestone post in the manga. This is a milestone for us. So when I started doing these videos, I just wanted to read through One Piece, and to be honest with you, and I've talked about this multiple times, right? Made video after video after video. But to reiterate, I think really the reason that I started doing these videos was in a way to push me to read this series. Because as you guys know, because you've told me in the comments, like, the reason that like the fan base of One Piece, I think, was like so welcoming to me and to like many others that have tried to read through One Piece and stuff, is because that hurdle of getting this is 1,000 chapters. I'm gonna read 1,000, like over 1,000 chapters. I'm not gonna do that. And the longevity of One Piece, which has made it so unique, and I think besides like the actual characters and the story and everything, which, you know, we know how good all those characters, story beats, all that stuff is. It's amazing. If you take away the manga aspect of it, One Piece will always, I think, be in the conversation with pop culture, because there will never be a manga and in turn an anime like it ever. One, I don't think that they make manga and have that length involved anymore. I am more and more convinced, especially in the shonen genre, that we are going to start with series getting like maximum 40 volumes. I really do, and I just think that's the time we're living in, and that's fine. Like, nothing wrong with that. But besides that, the reason that One Piece will always get brought up is because in at least Shonen Jump and Shonen Manga, there's nothing like it, and I don't think there ever will be again. I would love to stand corrected on that, like another amazing series like One Piece coming around. I'm all for it at this point, but I am so glad that I started making videos, and even more than that, I am so glad that you guys, all of you, whether you don't watch this video anymore and you've given up on me and you're like, man, this guy, he's going too slow and I don't like him, which is absolutely fine. Like, if the people that have stuck around for this journey to current, and we still have a lot more chapters to go through to actually be current, when you guys embrace and comment and seem to enjoy my ramblings about One Piece, it means the world to me. I know I say that in a lot of the videos, but this is why I put it in the middle of this video. See, now the people that are actually watching the video actually get this get this conversation. But I cannot say it enough. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. I can't say it enough. And you have made this journey through One Piece. One, you've made it a little longer because, hey, Liz, I gotta take notes, and then I gotta do these videos, and I gotta edit these videos. I could have been current by now if I just gave up on the videos. But you guys have made it so special because it does feel like we're all a part of it. And I can't really, like, explain it better than that. I'm sure other people probably could explain it way better than that, but I can't. And I just want to use this as an opportunity, again, to say thank you. So yeah, let's get into volume 100. So we have left off, and Sanji is basically trapped in there, and they're asking for Nico Robin, right? And I was like, man, he's not going to say, Nico Robin, come save me. But then he does. And I actually, listen, you know Sanji is one of my favorite characters of One Piece, and I actually want to defend him right now. There was a reason for that. One, he can't hit women. Very good. Like, understandable, you should never do that. And I think the reason that he yelled for her is because he knows, don't underestimate Nico Robin. And boy, Brook and Nico Robin come through and save him, and then he is off to find the samurai. But I'm gonna man my face when I was reading that. I was like, what? Sanji, whoa, man, listen, like, hold on. But then it all clicked with me, like, oh, obviously that makes sense. He was in a battle he could never win, ever. And when Robin comes in, man, she comes in with a vengeance, dude. It is so good. So many characters, right? Because you would think with the big stuff happening on the roof that it could divulge into Luffy, Law, Kid, Killer against Big Mom and Kaido, and it would still be a great time. But for Oda to be able to kind of bounce back and forth from upstairs and downstairs, and not only that, to give Straw Hats moments. If you want to talk about moments, Chopper gets his moment, man. And he is one of many that get their moment to shine in this volume. But Chopper's moment, oh, well, we can't talk about Chopper's moment until I actually give credit. The old man Yakuza boss. The old man Yakuza boss. When he is infected and he's going to become an Ice Oni, it actually triggers something in him and it makes him able to unleash like his last bit of power. Oh, he looks so cool. And he is still a problem. He is still a threat. And not only that, he turns to his people and he's like, listen though, I'm gonna be honest. Do never let me become this Ice Oni zombie thing, because if you let me do that, I'll beat you all. Ugh. And then he even kind of does this flashback moment where he talks about, I think of the time with Oden, and if I would have teamed up with him to take on Kaido, would it be different? Would we be in a different position now? And you can kind of tell, and he has really become a strong side character in One Piece, because you can actually tell that he has thought about this through his life. It is his one like big regret. But with him having his moment, that's when Chopper gets his moment. When Chopper gets his moment. Listen. So Queen is trying to tell these people, like, why are you trying to believe in this raccoon dog? That comes back into play later on. Oh, it comes back into play. He's a pirate. He'll turn on you. He will find the antidote to the virus, save himself, and forget all about you guys. We know that's not true, right? We know he's a straw hat. Straw hats are for the people, but he's trying to turn, and then people are kind of questioning, like, oh, is he gonna do it? And they are about to take out the old man Yakuza, and Chopper comes in. He gets his moment. I need to find a spot on this shelf for Chopper, because when he blocks the Yakuza's like second in command that was gonna take him out, and he says, I found this virus. Oh! So Chopper has found a way to basically do another virus, make it airborne to combat the Ice Oni virus that's going on. And what has happened now, because the Straw Hats never turn on anybody, they all turn on Queen. Oh, when Chopper takes the Rumble Ball and says, I'm not a raccoon dog. and punches Queen in the face. Listen, you guys know I love when Luffy punches people in the face, and I did not know I could love when Chopper punches people in the face, but boy, was that satisfying. And while all this is going on, we get to the first what is happening moment in this volume, the first of a few. So, you know, last little bit, I was like, Yamato. Yamato is healing the samurai. Trust me, I know this. I see the silhouette. I see the silhouette. Yamato healing the samurai. My jaw dropped at the end of this chapter. It was Oden that was healing the samurai. Well, so we thought. But when I was like, are you kidding me? He's back? How's he back? I was so confused. But obviously, come to find out, he was not back. And it was Kanjiro for his final act of his grand play. So when Kaimon and all of them figure out it's Kanjiro, Ashura, one of the other samurais, actually sacrifices himself to kind of hold him at bay while the others escape and go try to help Luffy and all of them take down Kaido for the final time. And it was like this really great moment as Zoro like tackles Kanjiro. Kanjiro, man, I think he is one of my least favorite characters, which maybe makes him one of the best like turncoats in One Piece, because every time he is on the panel, he irks me to my absolute core, to be honest. We do see this really cool moment that's not really paid off too much in this volume, but I think Dogstorm and Jack are gonna go at each other. Like, that was a versus I did not see coming. And like I said, we don't really get too much of that, but that is like, there's a little like, Dogstorm and him kind of have a face off at it. And he's like, there's no moonlight to help you down here. And he's like, well, there's no poison gas to help you, so I guess we're even. Like, Dogstorm, you're like, But that is not the best line even in this chapter. Luffy is up there facing off against Kaido. And one of the characters, I can't remember, I didn't write down in my notes, man, I should have. But one of the characters, like, look at them standing next to each other, it looks like hell. When Luffy says, I've been to hell a few times, it's like my home territory. That is a line. That might be, at least, minimum, top 5 best Luffy lines in One Piece so far. But it might be my favorite. Like, the look on his face when he says that. The determination. And that is Luffy, I think, and especially by the end of this volume, I think Luffy's determination is on full display in this battle. And it is so great to read. It comes across so well. Oh! It's my home territory. Oh! Oh! It's so good. It's so good. And then we also have Kid and Law going against Big Mom. And it's basically like, in the middle of this volume, it's an all-out fight with Big Mom. These are powerful characters, and I'm gonna be honest with you, they are getting close to slapped around by these two behemoths. Like, there's no going around it. They are outpowered and outmatched in this entire volume. Zoro, even this was a great moment. Zoro unleashes Azura's like wrath. I know that's a video game, but it's Azura. He slices Kaido, and because Zoro looked at Law and said, "This is it. This is what I got left." And Kaido actually looks at him and says, "He's like, man, I wish I would have knocked you off your feet." And Kaido's like, "Oh, this mark's gonna stay with me for a while." And he's like, "I didn't know you could use the Haki color of the Supreme King." And he's like, "What? What are you talking about?" "I can't. I just wanted to knock you off your feet. I just wanted to cut you." This is my point. I've been saying this for a bunch of volumes now. A lot of volumes. And I think especially after this battle, like, I cannot wait to see where Zoro goes. Zoro, mark my words. I don't know if it's going to be like this arc and stuff. Mark my words. He is more powerful or capable of so much more than where he is currently at. There has been too much alluding to him being, like, incredibly powerful. I'm talking, he's always been powerful. He's always been second right to Luffy. I mean, we could go back and forth, like people kind of fluctuate in powers and stuff like that, but it has pretty much always been like Luffy, Zoro, and then the other I would say Sanji's third, but we're not gonna, that's not this video, but you get what I mean. And the alluding, Oda would not allude to something like that if he's not setting something else up. You get what I'm saying? Like, he would not allude to, oh, Haki of the Supreme King, I see. And having someone like Kaido say that to Zoro, so Zoro's now heard it, even though he's like, what? Come again? He's heard it, which I think, this is a theory, I think after this battle, it gives him a reason to look deeper into it. You know? Like, now that it's been said out loud, he's like, I could see him being like, what did Kaido mean by that? I know that was a tangent, but Zoro, I feel like, but then Zoro spends the rest of this volume in like this giant cast, which is kind of great. And he's being carried by Sanji, which is even better. And he wakes up a little bit throughout the rest of this volume, and then he goes back to sleep. Those two, like that moment when when he's like in the cast, and some stuff happened. Well, I guess we can kind of, but like Luffy kind of loses, and they're like, screw that. When they're like, you can give up. Both of them together is so good. I love that dynamic, and I will say for the rest of my existence, I love their dynamic when they're together. So after Zoro has given his all, Luffy kind of looks at Law and kind of all of them and says, you guys can go down now. I'm going to go beat him. You guys can go down. So everyone kind of like leaves, like Big Mom kind of goes after him, and it's just Kaido and Luffy on the roof. Again, Luffy's determination is like, you guys can. I don't know, have we seen Luffy be this way before? Like, be the way of, in a nice way, but be the way of like, you guys can get out of my way now. Like, let me handle it. You guys can go. Hey, you can go down. I'll handle this from now, thanks. Like, I think this is a different side of Luffy than we have seen. And it makes me it did make me very excited. We'll get to the end of this volume. I have some thoughts about the end of this volume. Very much. So we leave Kaido and Luffy on the roof, and then we go into Big Mom chasing everyone downstairs. But she actually switched sides because Otama was very nice to her and gave her like the yummy food, and she and they kind of switch. This was actually funny and cool. Like, Big Mom kind of doesn't switch sides, but Ulti and Page 1 are chasing Nami, Usopp, and Otama. And Big Mom's like, you don't hurt Otama. And she just knocks Page 1 completely out, almost. And Ulti gets mad. Nami is trying to play them against each other. And she's like, yeah, Big Mom. Yeah, she's the one that destroyed that city and got rid of that delicious food. Big Mom's like, Shay, shut up, man. I'm gonna deal with them. I'm coming for you. And Nami kind of switches like, yeah, Ulti, yeah, And Ulti's like, no, I'm gonna deal with her. I'm coming for you next. So Nami is not winning in the least right now. And that was a very funny moment. That was good. But then one of the other moments that happened, it was kind of like because I wasn't expecting this. And let me guys know in the comments below, did this happen to you? I felt bad for Zeus. Yeah, let's talk about Zeus. We get no love around here. But that little bit, like that final bit with him, where Big Mom has turned on him, doesn't want him. He turned on Nami, and Nami is like, we'll never be friends again. And he kind of, this cloud, think about this. Oda, you've made us care about so many things. A ship, a cloud now. Like, it really got to me. Nobody wants Zeus, and he's like, I'm all alone. I felt for this cloud so much. I'm all alone. And I know I turned my back on you talking to Nami, and now Big Mom doesn't want me, and Big Mom now wants him to get eaten by the other thing she has created to make it stronger. And he's like getting eaten alive, basically. And he looks at Nami and says, at least I can make up to one person that I have hurt in my life. Like, it's crazy how good of a moment this is. it's maybe one of my highlights of this volume. Because then he kind of berserks out, immediately gets grabbed by Big Mom. Listen, he doesn't do much. I'll give you that. But it's the thought that counts, and he really went for it, but he did immediately get grabbed, and then you think he gets eaten. Now, this is another theory. So Nami kind of tries to feed him the black ball to kind of make him stronger. But again, he's being drained alive. But then, at the end of this volume, is the climate baton now Zeus, because it can talk now. It can actually talk. Is that Zeus? I am 98% sure that is Zeus. I don't, maybe they'll go into it like next chapter, next few chapters, or maybe it's just, hey, maybe we just don't question it. But how did he get in the baton? How did he get in, you know, the climate baton? I am super glad though, because I could care less about that character, but that final moment, I was like, no, we save Zeus at all costs. We do not let him go now. No. We do not let him go. Again, a round of applause, Oda, for making me care about this cloud. And I really hope that is him now. And I'm about 98% sure it definitely is him. Okay, there are two things that I definitely need to mention in this video, right? And the first thing is real quick. You know, Kid saves Nami and all of them, and him and Law form an alliance, I believe, to take down Big Mom, right? So that's kind of where we leave everybody. The last thing, and this, I don't know how long this part of the video is going to be, because boy, I have some thoughts. I have so many thoughts. Luffy is defeated by Kaido. The page where he is getting knocked off, it is great artwork. It is fantastic. And Kaido says something. And this, again, this is what I gotta ramble about. Kaido looks at him and says, I guess you're not JoyBoy. What does that mean? What is that? What? There is something there, and I can't figure it out. I cannot. I've racked my brain. This is kind of what's taken so long about me shooting this video. I have looked at my notes. I have looked at my phone. And obviously, so the announcement happens, and that's when, like, Sanji and Zoro are like, screw that. And Kaimon actually takes down Kanjiro and then takes on Kaido, and he kind of just, like, stabs Kaido. And he's like, well, what is this little bit of time really gonna do, right? Luffy is talking to Momo through his mind, through his voices, and Momo projects his voice because and this was a fantastic moment, because obviously the Straw Hats are not giving up, but Chopper, let's really focus on him for a second. Chopper is kind of looking like, is that really true to Frankie and Frankie? You're out of your mind. Like, they all know that this is not how it goes down. And that's when Momo makes the announcement. Luffy is coming back. He is not defeated, and he's going to beat Kaido. Just keep fighting. And that's when everybody rallies up. It's this very big rally. But once again, let me tell you, he is floating to the bottom of the ocean. Obviously, still alive enough to talk to Momo through his mind. I am guessing it is the same mind thing that kind of connected Gold D. Roger, Oden, Momo, Luffy, Zhao. Like, I'm guessing that is, because obviously Luffy cannot talk to people in their mind, but I'm guessing there's something there that is making him able to do that. He's a telepath, but is it just a telepath with those select few? Or does it have something to do with the JoyBoy thing? And that's kind of like where we leave this volume. But okay, so all right, okay. How does Luffy beat Kaido at this point? He is in the ocean, drowning. He has been slapped around by Kaido. He's given a few good hits. To be honest, I would say the most damage. I mean, Luffy did Red Hog. Hey, that was awesome. Episode 10-15 of the anime. I watched it. If you haven't checked out, boy, that's a great episode. But I would say, like, Zoro's probably done the most damage with that attack. The Azura attack, I would say that. But no, because Luffy, towards the end of this volume, he is hitting him without actually touching him because, again, the old man Yakuza. Which he is still around. He is still around. Does he get involved in the fight? That's the thing. Does the old man Yakuza? See, he's a pro. He needs to go up there and look at Kaido, because he seems like an issue. It does look like Yamato is going to face off against Kaido. So I have been waiting for that. That has been the moment that I have been looking forward to. Like I said, if Momo and Yamato are not involved in this fight, Oda missed an opportunity. So I am so glad to see that is going to happen. But it still doesn't answer the fact of Luffy seems so out of commission. I don't know what could transpire or happen to make it where he even is on the same level as Kaido at this point. Like, obviously he is the hero of our story, and in good shonen fashion, he will do something. But like what? It has to. Mark my word, it has to have something to do with the old man Yakuza. I'm not latching on to him just because he is a cool character. I really do believe it has something to do with him. And something that he was teaching him the Haki, right? That where you could do it without touching. It has to do something with that, but obviously they're going to get him out of the ocean, right? Like, of course. I don't know who gets him out of the ocean. We do kind of see, it looks like, I'll put up the panel. I don't know who that is, but they do talk about like, oh, that might be him. So maybe it's them that save him. But he is still so injured. How does he, because Kaido, again, kind of injured, but not massively injured. Luffy, very much down on his luck. Not looking good. It seems so unwinnable at this point to me. Because usually, especially with like action manga and shonen manga, you can kind of see like, oh, okay, Goku gonna get stronger, gonna beat Frieza. You know what I mean? You can kind of see like Tanjiro gonna do a different attack. Like maybe he comes up with another attack. I don't know. New gear, perhaps, I would say. How long has it been since he did Gear 4? Because let's see, because he did Gear 1. It was a while before it was like Gear 1, Gear 2 were pretty close. It might have been a while for 3 to 4 or 2 to 3. But I can't remember. I feel like he just got Gear 4. So I don't think it's been long enough for new gear. But that would definitely change the dynamic. It's got to be that. Like it has to be, I guess. Or like I said, or they save him, kind of nurse him back up a little bit, and then everyone just goes at Kaido. That would be, ooh. Could you imagine this panel? Like everyone from Wano. Somehow they get Big... No, I don't think Big Mom's in this. But like Marco, Chopper, all the Straw Hats, Law, Kit, everybody going at Kaido in like one big rush attack. And ooh, dude, I'm getting chills. That would be incredible. That would be so good. And they're all attacking him at once. And just going at him. Oh! That would be awesome. I would love to see that. I hope that's how it goes down. That would be so good. I'm getting too excited. I need to read some more One Piece. But the thing about it is, we're done with the physical copies. That's it. Watch this happen. That's it. I have to read through the app and online now. Think about it. Look at that. Dude, it feels like yesterday we just started reading One Piece. With the title right, I finally got around to finishing the first box set of One Piece, which has been behind me for a while. The Skypiea arc of One Piece, which is volumes 24 through 32, even though volume 32 says Water 7. Hey, welcome back to my journey through One Piece. I'm going to try something a little different with this video. Read this whole arc that could be 10 volumes. So what I've decided to do is, after every 1 or 2 volumes, kind of record myself and then just piece it all together in editing. Okay, volume 39 is nothing but action. Finally feels like I'm starting to live in this One Piece world. And it's weird to say this because it's legitimately tears. But it was so enjoyable. Isn't that a weird thing to say? Like, it made me very upset emotionally, but it was very enjoyable. Like Luffy, it was his way of saying, I'm good. And in his final moments, that's all he could say was thank you for loving me. I just got a flood of memories of like all of the good times and the sad times and the bad times. But I think that's what hit me so hard with Oda's last like little bit about 1,000 chapters, 100 volumes. And he goes into, you know, they are taught or told that really their audience kind of leaves them every 5 years. And it's been 23 years of his life. It's older than probably some of you guys, a little younger than me. But 23 years Oda's been doing this. And there are some of you I know, because I've talked to you in the comments and stuff, that have been there since the beginning or relatively close to the beginning and reading week to week. I can't imagine. Like, I can't even like put on or put myself in that headspace what you guys are thinking, because it is getting close to the end. He says it in that thing of we're near the end. Again, near the end for him could be like 3 or 4 years, but relatively, he's got the end goal in eyesight. The end goal is on his mind. And I can't imagine what you guys would go through, because I have never followed anything for that length of time. There have been a few like shows or novels or books or comic books, manga, anything. There are a few that I have for the years or their runtime, but 23 years of weekly series. And he does go on breaks and hiatus and stuff like that, but relatively 23 years. And there are some of you that have followed those characters for 20 plus years. And to be in that headspace of it's coming to an end, I can't imagine what that... Think of the pressure he is under to nail it. He is one of the most talented people probably on this planet, so he probably... I hope he does nail it. I wish him nothing but success and nailing the landing. And obviously it's not going to win over 100% of the people. There are going to be people that it does not land for, and that sucks. But I really hope that he's put his all into this work so far. I don't see him not putting his definite all in the end stuff. But I don't know, in my short little bubble, year plus of reading these physical editions on this shelf, and every video I'm pulling out, you know, and I'm holding it up to the camera. I'm not going to be able to do that anymore. That's wild. And it really got me thinking, how do I, right? Because I've talked with some of you in the comments and stuff like that. It's going to be hard to break it up, because I have to this point, except for like this video, I have to this point been able to ask you guys in the comments, and you're like, these are the sections, this is how you kind of break it up. But now a lot of you are just like, to current, I don't even know how you're going to break it up. And I've been thinking a lot about that. And I think the only way to do it is chapter by chapter. It's going to be weird not holding a volume of manga up to this camera to start the video. But yeah, we are done with the physical copies of One Piece. And we are done with this video. What a segue, right? Nailed it. Nailed it. But no, there is so much questions that I have that I think the only way to do it is I am going to read the chapter, record the video, read the chapter, record the video. If you remember the Riviera video, that is what I'm going to do to current. I don't know how many chapters per video I am going to do. I think until I feel like there is enough for a substantial video. So it might be 10 chapters, it might be 2 chapters, it might be all the way to current. I don't know what's going to happen, but that is how I'm going to cover the rest of One Piece until we are current. And then once we're current, every week. I will see you guys every week. We will talk about the new chapter every week.
While I am terrified to not have a backlog of One Piece, I am so excited to finally be part of the conversation. That is very exciting to me. Yes, as always, thank you for watching to the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I loved these volumes, and I kind of love that we are done with this. Now we go back. Now we start again, right? Volume 1, let's do it! Run it back! We'll never get current that way if we just stop every time at volume 100 and then we go all the way back to volume 1. That's how it works. But no, seriously, thank you guys. It means the world to me that you guys enjoy watching my journey through One Piece and being a part of it and talking in the comments with you makes my day. And I hope if you're having a bad day, it gets better. And if you're having a good day, it becomes fantastic. I'll see you next time.